Hey team, welcome back to my channel. Here's another HackerRank solution. I'm going to be using Weather Observation Station 12. This query will go up against a table called station for city names. Don't start with a vowel, don't end with a vowel, and our results cannot have duplicates. Now if you'd like to follow along, you can go to my GitHub account. Here I am at Software Nuggets. Look for this repository, and then a file in there will be called Weather Observation Station 12.sql. Let's begin. Now the first thing we have is a table called station. They call theirs without this. This just means it's temporary. When I close this window, all this will go away. So let's go ahead and create this table. And then we are going to insert some data. So I went out to this question and I pulled over some data. And we don't have it all, we just have enough to solve this problem. Now I did put one dupe in here. Look at Arlington, Arlington. So you know when we do this SQL statement, we better not get those. Now before I get into a big query, look at this one function, patIndex. Now this is a function that looks for a pattern. So you know we're going to use like a regular expression. So % is for multiple characters and the underscore is for a single character. Let's begin. Let's learn something about patIndex, pattern index. So I'm going to say select city from pound station. Now, as you can see here, this is just going to go get all the data for me, right? And now we're going to say, okay, I want to use patIndex. Now the first parameter is what am I looking for? I want to look for a single character. And I don't want it to start with a vowel. So I say bracket, open, close. And then we're going to say A-E-I-O-U. And then we're going to say, I don't care what comes after that. So this right here is saying, hey, this is what it begins with. Now, what is my field name? Well, the field name will be city. So notice if the letter is a vowel, and when I get down to the B's, it's 0. And look at Orlando to Eustis, they're 1. So if the first character is in this set of values, then it returns me 1. That's the position. patIndex, the position of this pattern. Now this gets me the first, so I can see here that I can do a test, and if this is 1, I don't want to show this. Now let's do the last character. So let's use that same function, patIndex. Now, how would you do that right there? Well, what we're going to say here is like, I don't know what's before it, you know, like from the first character, the end character, I don't know that. But when you get to that last character, this is what I want it to look like, A-E-I-O-U, right? All right, cool. Now we're going to close that up, and we're going to close up the quote, and now we're just going to say city. Now let's see what happens when we execute this. So now you can see that if it ends in a A-E-I-O-U, it tells me the position. So notice Acme, the E is in position 4. I can't pronounce that, but how about Alba? That is in position 4. How about Orlando? So in position 1, we have an O. In position 7, we also have an O. Let's now write the where clause and solve this problem. So we're going to say where. Now look what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to retype that. I'm going to reuse it. And I'm going to say, okay, where that is not equal 1. So if I just execute this statement right here, notice that I get, you know, all letters, all city names that do not begin with a vowel. But look here, they end with a vowel. And that is the second thing that we need to take out. So we're going to say, and, well, let's use this one, right? No reason to retype. And then we're going to say not equal. Now, look when the vowel is there. What does 10, 11, 9, 11, 8, what does that equal? Well, that is the length of this name. So all we say is not equal to the length of city. So now when I execute this SQL statement, notice these do not begin with a vowel, and none of these end with a vowel. The last thing that we need to change in this function is notice at the end we have 2 byrons. You can see that right here. And this problem says, hey, no dupes. So how are we going to fix that? Well, that's quite easy. We just here say distinct. re-execute the SQL statement. And guess what, team? I think this is ready to submit. Here you can see our first solution solves the problem. Let's look at our second solution. So let us begin solution number 2. So come here and say minus minus solution number 2. So I don't have to write that again. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. And now we're just going to use some basic SQL. I'm going to say where the left of city for 1, not in A, E, I, O, and U. It's kind of easy, right? And now how do we test the other side? Well, the other side is just using right? So we're just going to come up here and take that down. And we're going to say the right and the right of city for 1, not in these. Let's go ahead and do a test run. Execute. That looks like that solves that too. We have our distinct. Let us drop this in HackerRank. As you can see, both of these solutions are correct. And there you have Weather Observation Station 12 solution. If you have any questions or comments about this video, please leave them below. Until next time, take care.